What is up, you guys? Welcome back to Wheelchair EDC. It is that time again. I just completed my renewal. It's been a year and almost 2 years. My permit is due October 4th, October 5th. I can't remember exactly what day it is, but it's the first week of October. So I went ahead yesterday. Today's Tuesday. You guys can see the date. It's 10 p.m. the September 16th. So I just did everything on the 15th, made sure everything went through, all my stuff went through. Um, got my confirmation email that my renewal application is submitted and it's being processed. Not much has changed for the process, at least through Monterey County. The website is the same. There is a update right here that you guys can see. So effective on April 22nd, non-California residents can now apply for a California CCW license. Um, the little bit that I, the little bit of information that I got from this is I talked to my instructor that I used. I used someone else, not my. I didn't go through A through 1 shooters and work with David. I actually tried the online course just to see how that option works better and, to try something new because obviously this is my third or fourth renewal. I can't remember. 2019 to now. I can't math right now. It's too late. Um, yeah, so I think this is my third or fourth renewal. I can't remember. Um, I've done in-person classes for my 8 hours back when it was 8 hours for the initial interview requirement. And then I've done the 4 hours for the renewal process. Luckily, my last renewal was right before the requirement change. So I got away with doing the 4 hours versus doing the 8 hours. But unfortunately, this time around, I had to go and do 8 hours. So if you guys are in Monterey County, I definitely recommend David with A through 1 shooters. He goes into like depth and kind of like gives you a lot of scenarios and breaks stuff down and gives you a lot of very good, very important information that you guys need. And when he does the shooting portion out at his new area where he shoots at down by I can't remember where it is. Down by San Antonio Lake. If you guys know the area, you guys know San Antonio Lake. It's that city, the little city right before it. And it's gonna annoy me. Bradley? Is it Bradley? No, not Bradley. Uh, yeah, no. Is it Bradley? No, it's not Bradley. Lockwood. Sorry. He's his new range that he uses. It's on private land, and the area is very nice. I mean, for wheelchair users like me, it's not that friendly. I mean, it's doable. I've done it twice already out there, and it is doable. He's gonna have to help you out a little bit, but it is gonna be a little mission to get out there. Able-bodied guys, able-bodied women, you guys got two working legs. You guys are fine. What I do like about David and 831 shooters is when you guys do the shooting portion, he's right there with you. So he talks to you like if you need help, like right there. Like if there's a malfunction, he's on you. Like not in a negative way or anything like that. Like he's there to help assist you, make sure that you know how to operate and clear it and all that. Like my last update when I had that squib load, I handled it right, but he was right there making sure I was handling it the right way. So definitely recommend him. Uh, but I did go with someone else this time. Like I said, the people that are out of state now can apply for a concealed carry license in California. And from my understanding, you're supposed to get it for the county that you're going to be visiting the most. So if you're down south, then you want to get the permit for, say, Riverside. You want to get a permit for Riverside because that's the county that you're going to be frequenting the most. Or if you're up north, or if you're Central Valley, or you're coming to Monterey a lot, like say for Car Week, stuff like that. Like if you're going to be visiting a specific county more than others, that is the county that you want to apply for, which doesn't mean it doesn't stop you from applying to a easier county. Like obviously LA County, Riverside County, and San Jose County, San Francisco County. I don't think that's any go at all. Like that's just not gonna happen. But San Jose County, I know, is very tough. A couple of the guys in the Discord and on the channel, they've been there. They've told me their little ordeals that they've had to go through and stuff like that. One of the guys got turned down for his permit. It sucks, wish you were carrying with us, brother, but it is what it is. Unfortunately, you got the short end of the stick on that one. But yeah, so from my understanding and what I have learned so far is you can apply to any county. So if you want to apply to Monterey County, that's a lot easier to get a permit in versus San Jose, versus Riverside, LA, San Diego, the other counties. If you feel that you have a better chance of getting a permit in a certain county, by all means, apply to that county. The process, from what this instructor has told me, you can apply online through a Zoom call. Well, so you apply online. Let me swatch. Let me flip over to this page. So this is the company that I went through, ASP Tactical. Very, very friendly guys. They are a little bit more tactical. So when you do your shooting portion for the California guys, for the Monterey County guys, they do require you to draw from the holster, outside the waistband holster. Nothing inside the waistband. No chest rigs, no shoulder rigs, none of that. It says on their website. So you're going to be drawing from the holster. When I went, their shooting portion was actually very, very easy. So they actually went off the San Jose qualifications. And for us guys and ladies in Monterey County, they just gave us everyone shot the same qualification course. And it was 3 distances. So 5 yards, 10 yards, 15 yards, 5 shots at each distance. No reloads. No like 2 shots, reload, 3 shots, none of that. It was just 5 shots, move back, 5 shots, move back, 5 shots. They say on the website 10 round mags only. I took my 10 round mags and I took my 20 round mags, my extended mags from Freedom Week. I talked to the guy, the shooting instructor, because the Zoom instructor and the shooting instructor were 2 different people. And the Zoom instructor was a little bit more strict, more by the book. And the shooting instructor, he was a lot more laid back and chill and easygoing. So I asked if I could use them. I didn't, just to, not get in trouble or anything, but I did have my mags. And he said, yeah, if you wanted to use them, you could. There's nothing that he could do to stop you. If that's the mags that you brought, that's the mags that you brought. But on their site, it says 10 round mags. And if you get the same instructor, I believe his name was Eric for the Zoom class, he's going to tell you the same thing, just 10 round mags. Uh, 15 rounds per, what do you call it? Per gun for the qualification. So, like I said, 5 yards, 5 shots, 10 yards, 5 shots, 15 yards, 5 shots. And if you fail and you need to retake it, that's another 15 shots that you need to do. They give you 1 retake per gun. So for me, I took the MMP off because I know I don't shoot that the best. I'm a Glock fan, so I left my Glock 26 and my Glock 19, shot those beautifully. I did take a picture of, I believe it was the Glock 26 target. I didn't think about it when I did the first one because I was talking to the guy next to me after, because he was actually qualifying with a Glock 43 and I was checking that out instead of paying attention to how my shots were after the first qualification was done. But I did take a picture of the second qualification and I'll throw that up here. This is all 15 shots, 5 yards, 10 yards, 15 yards. I mean, it's not a bad group. It's not the best, obviously, but being uneven gravel, uneven terrain, sitting in a chair, lopsided a little bit, I did the best that I could. So don't judge me, but that's what the target looks like. But going back to the out-of-state guys, what Eric, the Zoom instructor, told me is you can sign up for the course. You can sign up. These are all the courses they have. So you can sign up for any course, take it through Zoom if they offer it. So this is the Renewal one that I did. They get all the dates. So this is going to be for both Monterey County and out-of-state guys, or out-of-state permit holders, if you want to do it. You sign up for the class, you pay the fees. It's actually very cheap compared to a lot of the other classes. That's kind of another reason why I wanted to try these guys. So the class used to be $300, and when I did it, it said on sale. But I'm guessing the 168, the $170 is the set price now for the 8-hour class. You guys can see all these dates. These are the upcoming classes. So let's just say you wanted to do the December class. Then you fill in all your information, you buy the class, make sure you do the name and stuff that you're going to have on your permit. So your first, your middle, your last, not, your first, your last name, or your middle, your last name. It has to be exactly as what it's going to be printed on your permit. Pretty much just fill this stuff out. You're pretty much going to fill this stuff out and do everything that it follows. It's going to show for both non-resident and Monterey County residents the same thing. Just make sure you pick it. So these are all the counties that these guys are qualified to work inside or work with that accept their permit. Monterey County is on here for us, San Benito, Merced, Santa Cruz. A lot of counties, like, they work with a very big area, versus David only works with, I believe, it's Monterey County and San Benito County. I'm not exactly sure. But back to it. So you sign up for this, you pay your fees. They are going to send you a confirmation email once all your stuff is done. They're going to send you a link and the password to the Zoom call. Whenever your whenever your date is happening, you're going to want to hop in on Zoom, either on your phone or PC. I was on my phone here at my desk because my webcam wasn't connecting. So I just hopped on my phone. I did it that way. The best thing about this is you can do this from anywhere. So when I did my class, there was guys on their phone while they were driving their car, and they were taking the 8 hour course and, driving, grocery shopping, doing what they needed to do for the day. They were able to have the freedom to take the course on the go, and you're not limited or you're not restricted to being at the computer or being in a classroom. Like you can pretty much go get some food while you're in the class, as long as your camera's on and you're interacting, answering questions. It's a lot of information. I did get a headache from staring at the screen for 8 hours, watching slides. I wear glasses. I have the blue light filter, and I just had to take my glasses off because it was messing with me a little bit. I would prefer doing the in classroom stuff or at range stuff, but I wanted to try this. I not knocking it at all. This class was so convenient. I'll just leave it at that. It was the most convenient class that you can take. So if you guys are in any of these counties that your local agents that do the permits, your sheriffs, your PD, whoever runs the permits, if you guys are in these, I definitely recommend doing this class. It's just super convenient. That is the main thing. And the price, you can't beat the price. 8 hours and your range qualification for $170. Last time I talked to David, I think it was $230 for his class. And you have to drive all the way out to Lockwood from Salinas or from wherever you are in Monterey County. And he's specific to Monterey County and San Benito County, and the bare minimum counties. So back to what the course entails. Like I said, when you do all your information, I'd click this again, but it's going to show all my information again, and I don't need to black it out again. But it's going to give you your email receipt. It's going to have the link to the Zoom. Whenever your date is up, you're going to join. The bad thing is it's at pretty much 6:30 in the morning. You have to be checked into the waiting room of the Zoom call, because the class starts, it says 8 now, but this is because the time change is coming up. It was 7 o'clock when I did mine because the time change, daylight savings, isn't coming or wasn't anywhere near. So we had that extra hour of daylight. But now it's changed to 8 p.m. So if your guys' class is due around the summertime or fall, like what mine is, definitely I recommend doing it either spring or summertime. You get all that extra daylight hours and you're good. But like I said, you're going to sign into the Zoom, wait in the waiting room. It's going to be about half an hour wait. Just the teacher's going to have to get, the class set up, the Zoom call set up. One by one, they let you in. Make sure your Zoom name, again, is the same as your information that's going to be printed on your permit. If it's different, they won't let you in. Your camera has to be on. Yes, you can turn it off, if you got to run to the bathroom or something like that. Or, if you just need to turn it off. But the majority of the class, you have to keep the camera on. Like I said, it's a lot of slideshows, videos, a lot of engagement questions, stuff like that. Once you get done with that, like I said, it's going to be 8 hours for the renewal, 16 hours if you're a brand new student. So where was it? So 16 hours. Wow, it sucks for you guys. 16 hours at $400 for initial guys, and then non-resident guys, 16 hours and $400 also. Um, it's definitely worth the price just on, like I said, the convenience of it, being able to not be tied in a classroom. Yes, it is a 2 day event, 1 day of Zoom for 8 hours, and then 1 day of range qualifications. But for the out of state guys, you're gonna do your 8 hour class through the Zoom, and then you have to find in your area a instructor that will qualify you for the shooting portion, and then they have to give you a certificate of completion and that you passed. And then it's your responsibility to, one, find an instructor that will certify you for California, and two, you have to submit that in with your permit. uh Actually, no, you have to submit that certificate of completion to ASP so they can give you the check mark of approval, or the stamp of approval, that you took the course, the 16 hours or the 8 hours, um the pretty much the 16 hours, because all the out of state guys are going to be brand new. um that you completed the 16 hours with ASP, and then you on your own got your shooting qualification done, and they have to approve of your certificate from the person that you choose that is qualified to do so. And obviously they're gonna do a call to them, make sure that they're a legit person. It can't be, Joe Schmo that that works at whatever gun show on the weekends. It has to be a licensed, certified CCW instructor, certified with the NRA or whatever organization it is now. Um, they're just gonna, verify that legit person, that you qualified, stuff like that. You submit your certificate to ASP. They put everything together, and then they're gonna give you a completed certificate from them saying that yes, you did the 16-hour course and you did the shooting qualification on your own with someone in whatever state that you're applying from, and it is verified. And then with ASP's certificate of completion, you submit that onto your permit. So that is that's the majority of what I've understood and learned for the out of state guys. For the residents, it's the exact same as everything else. You do the class, the 8 hours or the 16 hours of Zoom, whatever you guys are doing for yourselves. And then on the second date, that is going to be your range qualification. So you are actually going to have to meet, where right here, the Field Sports Park in San Jose. Let me see. Let me pull this up real quick. So this is the range. From Google Maps, this is Coyote Ranch, the golf course. Down here is Gilroy. No, the golf course is right here. So this is barely getting into San Jose area. So you guys can find the address and everything here. This is the range. So when you get off, where was it? I got off on this freeway, or this exit, drove all the way around this way, just because I didn't want to backtrack from way in the hell over here. So I just took this one. I kind of got lost because I've never been to this range before. I didn't even know this range existed. So I showed up about an hour early just so I could make sure that I found the right spot and to make sure that it was, accessible for me, which they did accommodate me. And I'll get into that a little bit later. But usually it's going to be this range right here, this short one. This is the range that they primarily use on the rifle pistol side. It's about 100 yards. The range that they made us use was this 200-yard range because there was actually a event for some small shooting club that reserved it. So they made us use this range. They actually had us park up here just to do the check-in. And then we drove down this road, down this gravel road, and they actually let us park right here at the inside of the shooting benches. I don't know if it'll let me. Oh, here, I can do this. So this is, there's a panel, a privacy fence now, but this is what the range looks like. There's a main office over there that you don't need to talk or go talk to them. Pretty much you just have to find the group of guys that you're shooting with or the ASP instructor. But this is what it looks like. And then I don't know if it's going to let me look at this. I don't think so. No, it doesn't let me see it. But you guys can see there's a little parking lot. So we had to come up this, drive down that road, and then we parked just beyond the shooting benches. Like I said, we parked right here in the gravel. For me, because it was a 200-yard walk, they let me park right here at this little intersection.
VIP parking.
Just so it was a less of a push for me. Everyone else had to park there. The way that they made us do it is they have multiple classes going on at once. So guys that are getting their guard card, they shot first. And the way that they did it is everyone waits here. Obviously, I waited there, unloaded, not holstered, nothing like that. The guys for guard card, they shot first. So they made everybody that was doing the guard card walk right here to these barrels. These are barrels. This is where you kept your, if you're qualifying with 1 gun, 2 guns, 3 guns, multiple guns. If you have a small range bag for your ammo and shit like that, extra mags, whatever. These barrels is where you put your stuff. And then from there, you holster up, you load your mags, you leave your ammo, your range bag, whatever you're not using there, and then you walk down range all the way, and then you line up 5 yards, 10 yards, 15 yards. At least that's the distances for the concealed carry course. I don't know. I wasn't close enough to hear what they were saying. I did take a little bit of video. I just didn't want to get in trouble, so I'll put that in of the guys that were doing guard card, the little bit that they were doing. But yeah, so you drop your stuff off here, walk down, you do all your shooting portion. Once you're done with your first pistol, if you're doing 2 or 3 on your permit, you walk back to the barrels, you swap out your stuff. So if you're doing a Glock 19 and a Glock 26, you walk back, you swap out mags, your pistol, holster, whatever you're doing, and then you walk back and you do it again. Once you're done, they tell you you're good, or if you need to reshoot, you do your reshoot. Everybody shoots at the same time, so everyone lines up. When I went, it was, I think, 16 or 17 people total, but there was 5 guard cards and the rest, no, 5 guard cards, 4 security for some other something else. I can't remember what it was. And then the rest of us, it was like 6 or 7 of us, I want to say, that were CCW shooters or CCW renewals. They had everybody line up 5 yards, do your 5 shots, back up to 10 yards, do your 5 shots, back to 15 yards, do your 5 shots. Sorry, 5 shots at each distance, not 10. So 5 shots at 5, 5 shots at 10, 5 shots at 15. And for me, for, wheelchair users, they let me take all my shit and I just placed it right here off on the side. I used the very first target, just, ease. And everyone else lined up with me, moved back 5 yards, 5 yards, 5 yards, and did everything. As everyone walked to reload, swap guns, do whatever they needed to do, I just stayed right there. I talked to the instructors, bullshitted with them while everyone was over here taking their sweet ass time, and got it done. The shooting portion, I got there at 6 o'clock, like about say 6:15. We couldn't shoot until 8 a.m. and I was done at 9. So literally an hour just to, not even that. I'll say it was an hour for everyone because they started shooting exactly at 8, like 8:05. They had to get the guard card guys and the other security guys down there. And that was 5 minutes for them to get down there, loaded up, holstered up, and shooting. And for us, for me, I only qualified with 2 pistols instead of the 3. I was down there for maybe 15 minutes, give or take a couple minutes, but I was done within 20 minutes. So I got there at 6:15 ish. I wanted to make sure. No, sorry. Yeah, I got there at 6:15 ish because we found the instructor because this range, like I said, it was taken. We had to find out where we were meeting, so we had to go up to this parking lot, check in with the instructor, and then get all situated here. When you get there, make sure you have signal because there is a QR code that you have to scan with your phone. And that is the waiver. Even though you do the waiver through the ASP website, when you do everything, there's a second waiver that you have to do to be on the range. And it's a QR code that you scan with your phone. It takes you to the website. You fill it out. It's super easy. So just make sure that you have some signal. If not, borrow someone's phone that does, or smoke signals, or, whatever. But yeah, so they started shooting at 8:05, 5 minutes to walk down there, get all situated for the first group. Literally took 20 minutes, less than 20 minutes. I didn't start shooting because it took, 20 minutes for the guys, say 5 minutes for us. So 8:25, 8:30 ish, we shot. I was done before 9. But, after I got loaded up in my truck, and got out, I hit the main gate if it loads. By the time I hit the main gate to get out of there, 9 o'clock exactly. So I was done. Like my whole shooting portion was under 30 minutes. It was super quick, super easy. I definitely recommend these guys. I also recommend 831 shooters. David, I've used him, a few times before, like I said, but these guys are very, very convenient. The amount of time that I had with these guys, the 8 hours in class, or the 8 hours in Zoom, and the half an hour to an hour of shooting qualification, well worth the price that you pay with them. You can't beat the convenience. It's super easy, super friendly guys, Definitely recommend them. Like I'm I was very skeptical about using them because the whole new regulation about being, or the whole opportunity, not regulation, but opportunity to do an online CCW class. I was very nervous. I didn't know how it was going to go, but doing it now, I definitely recommend it because it's just super convenient. Yes, you do need to pay attention during the class because they're going to ask you questions. There is the test at the end that you need to take, and you know, the same stuff as what in class courses are going to be. It's going to be the same thing as the Zoom. So just be prepared, but it's all on the computer or on your mobile phone. Um, when you do the Zoom call on your phone, they do send links. So you just click on the link, go to your, browser on the phone and do it like that. It is a lot easier. You have a bigger screen on the computer than, tapping everything with your phone or with your thumbs. But it is doable. I did it all on the phone just to get the experience so I can tell you guys how to do it or what to expect. So this is the little overview of ASP Tactical. Definitely recommend them. It's super convenient. You can't beat it. So going back to the permit for Monterey County, obviously after you take your course, either your initial new permit holder course or your renewal course, you're going to come back to this and you're going to pick whatever, whatever whatever you're doing. If you're doing a new course, a new license, new permit, or if you're doing a renewal, obviously I did a renewal. It's going to be the same thing, same as before. I've showed you guys, I think 3 or 4 times now. I can't remember. But you're going to come down, read all this. This top message doesn't change. It's just all these little statements that change. So you guys can pause and read, or I will have the link in the description. That way you guys can see. I will also have a link to ASP, their website, so it's easier for you guys to find. I know when you just Google ASP firearm training or ASP tactical, like I was doing, it takes you to a whole new site. So I will have this link in the description, and I will have the Monterey County link in the description. Like I said, you guys can pause this and read everything that you want or that you need. This is statement 6 and 7. And then once you get done with all that, it's bringing you into the actual application. So just to show you guys, our prices didn't change. It's still $95. It actually went down a little bit. I think last time I paid it was $110. Now it's $103. I'm not exactly sure how much it's changed. I feel like it's cheaper. You guys can go to my past video and check out the prices on there. But everything is pretty much the same thing on here. So if you guys want to pause and read all this, I will give you a second. That way you guys can skim it or pause. But this is what they are expecting. So prior to filling out this application, carefully review the instructions on the sheriff's office website. So that was all the statements, and on the main page of the CCW section, the tab, the big blue screen before you click either initial or renewal, you're going to want to read all that. Be prepared to scan copy of valid California driver's license, state issued ID, real ID card, any, form of identification that you have. Obviously, you are going to need 2 copies of proof of residency, just like before. So these are what you some of the things you can do. So utility bill, lease, rental agreement, telephone bill, tax bill. Um, you can use credit card statements, stuff like that. Voter registration, things like that. And then this is the last bullet. Be sure that each firearm you are listing on your permit are registered to you or your spouse. From what the instructor said with ASP is this part is changing or has changed. And from what I am guessing is Monterey County hasn't updated this phrase yet on the website, but they supposedly California has changed the use of your partner's, say your wife has, a small little Ruger something or a little snub nose, and you're running out to the store, you're running to get gas or whatever, you just want to grab it real quick and take that. Wait, what am I saying? No, sorry. I got way ahead of myself. So back to this. From what the instructor said is you can no longer share firearms on a permit. So, like, if you're a husband and wife and you have your pistol, like the husband has his pistol and the wife has her pistol, you can no longer put each other's pistols on each other's permits. So, like, you can't put your wife's pistol on your permit and you can't put your pistol on your wife's permit and share pistols. Each firearm has to be registered to you, from my understanding of what the instructor at ASP said during the 8-hour course. Obviously do your guys' research. That doesn't apply to me, so I don't really need to worry about that. But from what he was saying is the law did change the beginning of either this year or last year. I can't remember the exact date of what he said, but you can no longer share pistols on permits. So unfortunately, if you guys, you and your spouse really like the Glock 26 and say the Glock 19, you're both going to have to get a Glock 26 and you're both going to have to get a Glock 19. You guys can't share on two permits the same pistol, unfortunately. Obviously the firearm cannot be registered to any other family member, and it cannot be registered as a single shot. So no AR pistols, no single shot P320s, nothing single shot, no short barrel shotguns, none of that, unfortunately. Coming down, so obviously you guys are going to put all your information, same as last time. Aliases, if you have them, you're going to have to enter your real ID, your driver's license number, your state ID, that information there. Obviously the birthday information, military status if you have one, if not, NA, your demographic information. Obviously, this tailors to you, whatever you identify as. Thank God they didn't do they kept it normal. There is no in between. Obviously your features, height, weight, physical description, what stands out. Obviously me, I just put wheelchair user. Your telephone numbers, your email, This is where you make your account. So your password, it's going to tell you whatever, if it's strong, if it's not strong, things like that. Here is, oh no, this is not, that's the password. Your residency. So you put your address that you are currently living at, and then how much time you have been at that address. If you've been there for years, you just put, however many years that you've lived there. I've been in this house for over 25 years, closer to 30, maybe over 30. I can't exactly remember. If you've been somewhere else, uh, so if you've been here for less than 5 years, you list your previous address, and don't lie on this stuff, guys. They will check. And, last thing you need to do is get a charge for lying to a law enforcement officer, because this is going to the sheriffs, their law enforcement. If you lie, it's shit you don't want to get into and charges you don't need or want. Here's the employment status. You guys check what you need. And then here is where you input information on your make, your model, your caliber, and your serial number. And then add weapon. When you click add weapon, it's just going to refresh this to a blank and add the one that you just did. Or you can do, if you're doing a single weapon, like a single gun in your permit, just add and close. If you click add weapon, it's going to refresh to the next pistol you want to add. And then here is where you upload your files. So right here, your real ID, driver's license, state ID with current address, your 2 proofs of residency. Here's what it says. You can use utility bills, your property tax, credit card bills, vehicle registration, voter registration. One thing that they don't say that you will see on your email confirmation is it is going to ask for a copy of your social security card. I'm not sure if that's just for the new applicants or if it's for the renewals. I saw that after I paid my fee, submitted everything, and I saw that in the confirmation email. So I actually came back today and signed in order tracker and, signed it into my permit and uploaded a copy of my social security card just so it's on there if they need it. If not, oh well, it's there. But that is one thing that they don't have listed anywhere here or up here for the things that are required. So that's just a heads up. You might as well just go ahead and upload it when you are at this stage, not later, because it could delay you. But yeah, just a heads up on that. And then, like I said, 2-year standard license. You're not judicial, so standard, $103. That's everything. Processing fee, the service fee, the $95. So $103 with some change, plus the 168, and that's all you need. There's no payment when you pick up your permit. The only thing is you have to apply. I want to say it's within 15 days or within 30 days of your permit expiration date if you guys are doing a renewal. So, like I said, mine is October 4th or October 5th. That's when my expiration or my permit expires. And if I remember right, It's 15 days prior to your expiration date is when they allow you to apply, but I think you can do 30 days, and then your certification letter from these guys or from whoever you use, if it's 831 shooters, if it's ASP tactical, whoever you use, that is good for 6 months. So plan that out whenever your expiration date is for your permit, 6 months in advance. You don't want to go past that, because if you go over and you don't apply within that 6 months, you have to retake the course. Or if you buy it too early, then you're gonna have to retake the class, pay another whatever the fee is for whoever you guys choose, $168 with these guys, 220, 230 with David at 831, or whoever you guys use. If you miss that 6 month window, you're gonna have to redo it. There is no, hey, let me reach out and get the date changed. Like, no, they don't do that. It's, as you pay for, that's what you get. It goes off that timeline. And if you miss the window, that's on you, and you have to redo everything. It's not just, oh, let me pay another 168 and they can switch the date for me. It's, you have to go through the 8-hour class or the 16-hour class and requalify with your pistols for the shooting portion. It's a big hassle. So 6 months is what your certificate is good for, and then 15 to 30 days for your application before your expiration date. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Nothing really has changed. Let me just get to the next window or the next page, and I'll show you guys that. So this is what the tracker looks like. Obviously I'm blacking all this stuff out. Just so, this is my information. You guys don't need to see it, but this is what it looks like. So this is the tracking permit process. Once you pay, submit all your stuff, upload it. It does say right here, when you pick up, once you get approved, when you pick up your permit, they are going to ask for your ID, the same ID that you submitted, the same screenshot or scan, picture, whatever it is. That same ID is what you need to pick up your new permit. They are going to make you surrender your old permit because that one is no longer good. So take that one with you, obviously. Here is all the attachment files. So scan of your ID, your 2 proofs of insurance, your qualification letter for whoever you go through for your class. Your signature is going to be on here. So whatever, if you have like a tablet and you do with the stylus pen, your signature that way, whatever you do, mouse and keyboard, your finger, whatever it is, your signature is going to save as a PNG. And then obviously your social security card, the scan of that or the picture of that, copy of that, whatever, is going to be on there also. This is what the tracker shows like. Obviously you guys can see I just did mine last night, and today, a little while ago, I did my social security card, and that's all done. I'm just waiting for everything to go through. Payment received, order status. So it is being processed. Once it clears, which last time I did it, it was 2 weeks. A little under 2 weeks. I want to say it was like 16 or something days. I can't remember exactly. You guys are going to have to go to the video before. Or my last update video for the permits and see that. But Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like nothing has changed. It's all the same. Um, Here's how you guys get to the thing. So services, services, CCW. It's gonna bring you here. Click that link, and I'll have a link directly to this page. But yeah, easy process, guys. Here's a pricing right here. So new permit licenses are 240. Renewals are 95. Any changes or modifications to your permit. So if you move, um, you have to notify within X amount of days. Oh, here is the, I just noticed right here. So if the applicant is renewing a concealed carry weapons permit for Monterey County, they may not apply until 60 days before expiration date. So you have 2 months now. Before, I think it was 30 days. I could be wrong. I am dyslexic. So I can be thinking of something completely different that I think that I thought that I read that I didn't read. If you guys understand that. But yeah, back to this. So initial new permit holders, 240 plus your oh, plus your where is it? Sorry. Initial, so 400 plus 200, so you're gonna be paying about $500, over $500, and you got to pay to play. Unfortunately, hopefully, once we get Gavin Newsom out and Bianco comes in, he fixes this stuff to how it used to be and makes it a lot more affordable, a lot more convenient. I would love for him to, if he just changes it from the 16-hour requirement to the 8 hours and 8 hours to 4 hours like it used to be, I would be happy with that. The prices, I could care less if they stay the same or drop. But the time, the requirements, if he fixes that, I would love it. If he makes it like everywhere else, the constitutional carry, even better. I don't think he would do that, but he could. We can only hope and pray. But like I said, if you change your firearms, so say if I have my Glock 19 or my Glock 26, and I sell one or I want to change it. So if I want to have my Glock 26 be a Glock 27 again because I have the complete slide and barrel of the Glock 27, and I want to carry 40 instead of 9, I would have to first do a CCW modification, which is $200, 168, 170, and then I have to pay $15 for the permit for the modification. So you click this, you do, the same thing, all these, you modify whatever you're going to modify, you submit everything again, make your changes, upload everything, pay your $20 fee on top of your 168. So you're going to be paying about $200 to modify an existing permit. Same thing. You're just pretty much redoing the renewal application and modifying either the address or the firearm, whatever it is. I don't think you need to modify if your marital status. If you're, single and you become married within those 2 years, I don't think that matters. But the main thing is your address and any firearm modifications. So if you're selling something and you're removing it, or you have your permit for 6 months or a year and you pick something else up like a P365 or a car CW9 or a snub nose or anything, and you want to add that, that is the process. Do your fee. I'm not sure what David's at 831 is, but Probably going to be similar, 200 bucks. And, you know, that's it. So, hope you guys like the video. Hope you guys understand my way of trying to explain the non-resident guys, out-of-state guys. If you guys want to get a permit, my recommendation is apply through Monterey County because it is very, very easy. I want to say they get the new applicants done within 3 months versus if you apply through Riverside, LA counties, San Diego, San Jose. I want to say those are 6 months to a year. Monterey County turns them out really quick. As long as all your stuff is good, you're legit. All your credentials are, you know, right. You get your certificate for your qualifications done. Say 6 months max. When I first applied, it was 7 months, and that was in 2019. Now, when my cousin did it and another friend did it, they got their permits in Monterey County in under 3 months. So I say apply to Monterey County. They are the easiest. Not the easiest, but they are the most convenient, quickest, and possibly the cheapest. I'm not sure what other prices are. But yeah, that's just my food for thought, my opinion. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know where you guys are applying from. If you guys need any help with anything, I'm more than glad to help you guys out. If you guys have any questions about this stuff, let me know. More than glad to help. So, like the video, thumbs up, join the Discord, become one of the guys, one of the members, and let's get more permits out there, guys. So, please, 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 join the Discord, become a member, become one of the guys. I mean, it's free. All we do is talk. Not trying to sell anything, but I hope you guys like the video. Thumbs up, like, share with who you see fit, and let's get more, some more permits out there, guys. Have a good one.